your favorite banquet, favorite world's banquet ever, and why?
Pilsen.
Ooh,
Pilsen, because they had a chocolate fountain and
I
really
remember
cheap
that.
beer. Yeah.
That was my second world's,
Yep.
and I remember that vividly because Johnny Walquist came up and he wanted to go. He wanted to go out in the town, and he was also one that couldn't really understand him much, and he had had his fair share, right? Big
Oh
beard,
yeah. Yeah.
and he was trying to coax us into going out in the town, and like all the guys from Sweden are like, "Don't do it, don't."
Nope. No.
Never forget. Mine was probably Sweden, Sundsvall.
Oh wow. Who was that? Who was that kid that didn't make it home? He was sharing a room with Ryan Carrillo.
Richard Pena.
Penny. That's
Pena.
right.
Pena.
I
You know
just
the bet.
I you know, let me oh wow. That was every time I turned around he wanted to do another Jaeger bomb because I think he was just really psyched to be hanging out with the big boys for one night.
Mhm.
And what he was what like 93 kilo class or somewhere around there. He wasn't,
And
like I'm sure when he went back to Texas and hanging out with his college mates, he was the big guy, but he wasn't the big guy there, and he was trying to hang out with all of us and drink. And so I just remember having lots and lots of Jaeger bombs with him. For me, nothing was happening. I wasn't getting drunk. I'd had way too much ammonia at the competition, so I was just evening out. Um, and then I remember going down to breakfast in the morning, and Ryan came down, and he said, "Hey, did he make his training?" He goes, "No, no, no. He's lying in a pool of his own vomit on the bathroom floor."
no, so that same breakfast, me and you were facing. I'm just drinking coffee and eating eggs, and we looked to our right, and they had little taller counters, and they had something on the back of the counter. You remember this? Something on the very back of the counter, and Marcus Schick needed to grab that thing. So he, so, so he's hopping, right? He's hopping to get this. And we're both not feeling well. And then all of a sudden Marcus turns around and just goes, "To me and you."
oh,
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 that
wow.
that and you about died laughing because earlier in the week, here I'm driving in Sundsvall, Sweden, beautiful town. As an American, I come up to a red light. I take a right on red, and you simply go, "Man, I don't think you can do that here."
Yeah.
And there's one guy walking on the street. One dang guy witnesses this. Guess who comes up to me at the banquet, and you're standing right there. "Hey, man, I saw you turn red on right this week."
Yeah, no, you can't do that in Sweden.
No, can't do that. Oh, that was a good time. And then
Oh
Donovan
man.
Thompson, we can say what we want about his wife's benching, his coaching. He's awesome at it. But his sixth sense is knowing when you're this far from being done with your drink. Because at that banquet,
Oh,
he's
I
nuts.
right?
Because
He was
like I would
nuts.
be right here and he'd like whistle and you'd be like all the way over and he'd turn and there'd be this weird eye contact and he'd just go and he'd have a whole
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
It was the worst but the best at the same time.
Yeah, that was I remember being like I was just kind of tired. I wasn't in the mood and I kept on thinking I'm going to finish this beer and I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm not going to wake up with a hangover. I woke up with a big hangover and it was Donovan every time. Like
Mhm.
every time I got to that last mouthful, I'd turn around and he wouldn't be even close and there would be a beer in front of me. It was like, "How did you do that? Where did you come from?" Just magic appearance. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was classic. Love that stuff, man.
But that 2012 banquet, I just remember how cheap the beer was in Pilsen,
Yeah.
and feeling the need to drink more because the more you drank, the cheaper it got.
Wasn't it free? At the banquet is free.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was on tap, and then the rest of the week, I figure it worked out to about $1 Australian for a pint of beer,
That's crazy.
which was awesome.